Hi, welcome to Pause with Coach K. I'm Coach K, where we pause, we reflect, we heal, and we grow through real life conversations. Here's what's sitting with me. Have you ever reacted to something and later realized that you should have given yourself more time? I've done that. And I believe we all done that if we're going to be honest with ourselves. Have you ever sent a text, made a phone call, had a conversation with someone, or made a decision that felt right in the moment, only to wish you had handled it differently later? Yes, I have. Sometimes the issue isn't what happened. No, it isn't. Sometimes the issue is that our emotions arrive before wisdom do. There are so many times in my life when I process situations through an emotional veil. Has that happened to you? Sometimes something would happen, and before I had all the facts, before I had prayed about it, before I had sought counsel about it, or before I even had truly had time to think it through, my emotions would take over. Looking back, I can honestly say those emotional responses never served me. It never served the situation, and especially it did not serve the person involved or the people involved. Because when our emotions are all over the place, it's very difficult to process what's really going on. We're not calm, we're not rational, we're not even objective. We're responding from hurt, disappointment, frustration, anger, and or fear and confusion. When emotions are driving, wisdom gets pushed to the back seat every single time. We don't win when we're working off of pure emotion. One of the greatest lessons I learned is that not every situation requires an immediate response. Let me say that again. Not one of the greatest lessons I've learned is that not every situation deserves an immediate response. Not every situation deserves a response in a moment, in a minute, in an hour, days, sometimes even weeks. We need to take our time to find the appropriate response. Whatever it takes, give yourself time to chew and to digest what transpired. Process it properly and then respond accordingly. Because once the emotions settle, you often see things differently anyway. It's not the same as it was in the heat of the moment. It's totally different. Now, hear me clearly. I'm not saying to you to ignore your emotions. God gave it to us, He gave us the emotions. They matter, they're important. They alert us when something needs our attention. However, emotions were never designed to be our decision makers. They make great indicators, but horrible, horrible leaders. Some of us have damaged relationships because we reacted emotionally. How many can attest to that? Some of us have spent money emotionally. We have ended relationships emotionally. We have made assumptions emotionally. And we have said things emotionally that later we wish we could have taken back, but we couldn't. Because once you say a thing, it's said. You can't unsay it. And after the emotions settle, we realize wisdom would have handled it differently. And that's when you say, I wish I'd have said that differently. I wish I didn't say that. That's wisdom after the fact. Because guess what? Wisdom pauses, it takes a moment. Wisdom seeks understanding, to understand. what's going on, what transpired. Wisdom gathers the information, and wisdom prays about it and then processes. Wisdom waits when necessary. Emotions want immediate relief every single time. Immediate. But wisdom wants the right outcome every single time. One of the signs of maturity is learning how to feel your emotions without allowing them to control your actions. That's wisdom. That's growth. That's maturity. That is not weakness. Anybody can react. Even a child can react. It takes discipline to respond. So here's my question to you. What situation in your life right now requires wisdom instead of a reaction? You have something going on in your life or with someone you love that's requiring wisdom instead of a reaction. When you think about the situation, are you responding from wisdom or are you reacting from emotion? This week, before making an important decision, ask yourself one simple question. What would wisdom tell me to do here? What would the smart me tell me to do? What would the wise me tell me to do? Then give yourself permission to sit with the answer before making a decision. That's all. Remember this, your emotions deserve to be heard. They just should not have the final vote. They should not. If this hit home for you today, drop a heart in the comments. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Tell me your thoughts below. If you love, I'd love to hear from you. So share. You can follow me at Dream Out Loud with 2 B's, Y Kenya Whitehurst, on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for more real conversations about healing and growth. And remember, healing is a journey. Growth is intentional. And your story, it still matters. Thanks for watching. God bless. This is Coach K. Until next time, keep healing, keep growing, and keep moving forward.